Alright guys, it's your boy Zid Jr. Today, I'm gonna be talking about rivens again. But I'll be playing and, doing this gameplay. Live gameplay as you can see. Going around, ding 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 ding. Using Rhino. And, yeah, we're gonna be talking about rivens. So basically, I'm gonna try and say a couple things from the top of my head with no script. I feel like if I do a script, it's like, it's just me reading, which people would prefer that more, I guess, on YouTube from what I hear. But I don't know. I just don't like scripts, but and it's more time consuming. But at the moment, just to put out a video, right? Let's go with the normal shit. Let's just say. So basically, we're gonna talk about rivens while I'm playing this random Netricel mission. And a lot of people keep asking me, how do you price check rivens, right? Or how can you find the ranges? Or just learn about price checking rivens in general. Obviously, you can use Warframe Market. It's a good place to look at prices, but you got to be careful because there are a lot of prices that are kind of inaccurate on the Warframe Market, right? .com page. But you just have to memorize the ranges of prices, which is very hard to do, or just have an idea. So the way that I can put it in simple terms at the moment is, let's just say weapons, not weapons, but rivens with 2 stat negatives. So people value double crit and multi-shot. If you don't know what that is, and crit chance, crit damage, and multi-shot, regardless if the weapon doesn't crit or not, people don't care. That's what they want for collector purposes and top tier stats that they care about. Okay, so obviously it's hard to get these rolls, right? These are called god rolls, right? But if you can't get the god rolls, then just get like double crit and an element, double crit damage. Everything that I explained in other videos and stuff like that. If you haven't watched it, then it will be in the link in the description or in the comments. So just check. And basically, the way that I look at it is there's too many factors involved. It's about popularity. You know what I mean? Like things like that. Everything that's popular, even if it's not popular. Um, if something is a 2 stat negative, the ranges for 2 stat negatives, okay, are gonna be between 400, okay, between 400 to 1,000 platinum, depending on if it's an incarnon, not an incarnon, and many other things. You know what I'm saying? So crit chance, crit damage with negative zoom or negative impact or negative damage to infested corpus. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's either perfect or nearly perfect or usable. You see what I'm saying? As those examples for 2 stat negatives. So let's just say crit chance and crit damage with a negative, right? It's between 400 to 1,000 platinum, you know? And anything higher than 500 plats or 600 or 800 or anything higher, or basically that's, basically 1,000 platinum, okay? It would be more for like incarnon weapons. It's possible to ask for more than 1,000, but it depends if there's a high percentage, a better grade. If you don't know about grades, then you're gonna have to watch one of my videos, okay, which will be in the link in the description. So grading is like, it's kind of like grading Pokemon cards, and you can use a bot to just tell you if the percentages are more higher than normal, and if it's super high based on that specific role, people could pay more, like 1,000 plus for a 2 stat negative. But realistically, that doesn't really happen anymore because of cross trade. Ever since cross trade and ever since Komei came out, right? The frame, the chick Komei. I don't know how to say her name correctly. Hopefully it's like that. I'm not butchering it. But ever since she came out, what the devs did was basically everyone who was on a separate platform, who didn't want to switch manually themselves, everyone is forced to be here now. We're all stuck here together, and regardless if you don't like cross trade or not, or if you do or whatever, you're basically here. So you're gonna have to adapt to the market at the moment. It could get better, but I doubt it. And 2 stat negative rivens are don't go over 1,000 plat anymore, man. They just don't. And is the market is just oversaturated, and that's the problem that we're dealing with. Too many items, too many Warframe sets, too many rivens. Um, but yeah, 2 stat negative rivens. I can show an example on the screen here, which you should see any moment. And yeah, 2 stat negatives. This goes for melees as well. So primaries, secondaries, melees, 2 stat negatives. People value crit chance, crit damage. More for primaries and secondaries. Obviously multi-shot too, but if you get double crit and an element or something else, then people are gonna have a better chance of buying it. You see what I'm saying? So for melees, it's like double crit or let's just say crit damage, attack speed. 2 stat negatives. Same thing. Now, when it comes to 3 stat negatives, okay. Let's just say double crit damage or double crit elements. You know what I'm saying? For primaries, let's say, and secondaries. Anything that's like 3 stats with a negative, okay. It's gonna be 1,000 plus. Okay, so let's just say Magistar for stat stick, right? Um, double crit. Let's say double crit freaking, I don't know, electricity, right? With minus heavy attack efficiency, which is pretty harmless because stat stick, and minus infested and all this other shit, right? It's gonna be 1,000 plus. It's gonna be 1,000 plat or 2,000 plat. You see what I'm saying? For stat stick. But if it's not a 3 stat negative, if Riven doesn't have a negative, and in case you didn't know, negatives increase the value of a Riven, and negatives basically give you more higher percentages on the stats of your Riven. And if you don't have a negative, then you're cooked. It's not gonna be worth shit to the community. You need to have a negative in order to sell, and in terms of higher stats and value. You see what I'm saying? So basically, I'm gonna put it like this, just like how I said before. 2 stat negative, 500 to 1K. Okay. 3 stat negative, 1,000 plat plus. You're dealing with thousands of platinum. But this depends on many factors. You need to look around the market. Be in trade chat or just ask me, and you can learn little by little. But at least I can tell the basics at the moment for you to just go buy something, because people keep saying, how do you know these prices exactly? Because I price check people's rivers in trade chat and give them price ranges for what they're gonna get realistically, and the max value for what the ribbon is worth, right? I still tell you either way. And you just gotta lose brain cells, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta look at fucking market, be in trade chat for a long time, like some crazy nuthead, and many other factors. But sorry about the shitty gameplay. I'm just having fun using the Ignis, fucking around while giving you this commentary. So yeah. And but yeah, if you guys have any other questions or something, let me know. There's a lot of things to look around for. People are telling me, let me see. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me that they're having trouble selling their ribbons and stuff like that. And I'll tell you the truth. The majority of people in trade chat nowadays, especially in cross trade, everyone wants to be a reseller. Okay, so the way that I look at it is like 40 or 30%, or let's just say 30%. 30% of the people are real buyers, and 70% are not real buyers. They're just resellers. Everyone wants to make a quick buck. Everyone's a reseller. Everyone's trying to make plat somehow. But I'm just trying to educate people in the best way possible. I'm a reseller myself. I've told this to many people. Everybody knows, right? I'm a reseller myself, but not to the point where I lie to people. There's people in trade chat that actually lie to people, and they'll say, "Hey, man, like your riven's not worth 1,000, bro." Right? So if you give them a price, you'll have people trying to like shit on you and say, "Hey, man, your riven's not worth 1,000, bro, or 500. Like I'll give you 100 plat, bro, or 200 at most." And there's people who really think that, and then there's people who do it on purpose because they just want to prey on you in terms of like stealing your riven, and they just want to resell it, as an example, right? And I understand that everyone needs to hustle, but you know what I'm saying? Everyone needs to learn about the market somehow, because even if everyone's a reseller, as long people learn about rivens and know about these prices, at least there's gonna be an incentive for people to buy. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. And apart from incentives, right, for people to buy, if your ribbon's worth 1,000 plat, okay, let's say, the more you want, in terms of its max value for the riven, the more you're gonna have to wait. Unless you're like extremely lucky and the guy's like, oh yeah, I want it, bro. I know what it's worth. But that's like pretty rare, you know. Some people only know what an item's are worth, and other people are just dropping money and they have no fucking clue. They just want to buy it and they like it, you know, and they know that the stats are good, but you see what I'm saying? And yeah, man, like everyone's a reseller. Um, you know what I mean? Like stick to your price. If you, what was I saying before? If you want to give an incentive for people to buy your riven, okay, you need to like give a deal, give an incentive, because we're on cross trade, guys. Okay, you guys need to remember this goes for any item, not just rivens only, but let's just say in this case, rivens, right? Give an incentive for people to buy your riven. Like if your riven's worth 1,000 or 500, okay, you can ask for the max value, but the more you want, the more you're gonna wait. So time is money, and if you could sell 1,000 plat riven for 700 or 650 or 8, you have a better chance of selling it if they know what it's worth or it sounds reasonable to them. You see what I'm saying? And I just hope people can understand that. You know what I mean? And yeah, the more you want, the more you have to wait. If you give a deal, people will come back. You see what I'm saying? If your riven's worth 1,000 and the guy's saying, "Oh, I can't give you 1,000. I'll give you 500 or 600, and I'll give you an item." At least he's trying to, be fair with you. And if they don't mention that and they say their budget is 500, then you just tell them, "Hey, how about you add 500 and add like a set or something?" You know what I'm saying? You got to work around with the system. So I'm gonna do another run here. Yeah, I'm gonna do another run here, I guess. I was thinking about doing just one run with this short commentary. I thought it was gonna be shorter, I think, or I think it's short. But anyways, second run, gonna use Ignis, fun weapon. What else can I say? I think I generalized some stuff that people were asking. Um, link in the description. Follow my Twitch. Follow my Discord. You know what I mean? Like join my group and shit like that. There, I can price check rivens for you privately, or I can price check rivens for you in the comments as well. By just you tell me the weapon name and the stats with a negative. Hopefully this commentary doesn't sound terrible. I guess people like scripts, like I said, but there's no script, so I'm here playing as Rhino with Ignis, and just having fun while trying to say some shit on the top of my head. And but yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I don't even know what else to say, to be honest. Let me see. Basically, just stick to your price, all right? If you want to be a riven seller or a reseller, okay? This is gonna sound messed up. People are not gonna like this. If you know what a riven's worth, all right? If it's worth 500 or 1,000 or more, right? The majority of people know what their shit's worth here or have an idea, so you ain't gonna scam anyone. And I don't want people to scam anybody. But if someone gives you a price without you offering, and it's cheap, you're gonna buy it, okay? And including myself, which a lot of people may not like, and most people already know this because I've told them on the streams and shit like that. But yeah, I'm a reseller, but at least I help people. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Batman in the shadows, so at least I'm trying to help. You see what I'm saying? But apart from that, I'll tell you a story, okay, that I deal with in trade chat. So people know that I have a YouTube, or I tell them about it in trade chat, and I try and educate people with rivens if they're overpricing or underselling a riven. I'll try and help people in the trade chat, which I do. And I'll message them and say, hey man, your riven's a little bit overpriced. I would try, and put the price a little lower. I recommend, you don't have to, but it's up to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just link on my YouTube. I'll try and help them the best way possible. I understand it's free market, but if I see someone there posting a riven for hours or days or even weeks and they're not selling it, I'm gonna try and help you. You see what I'm saying? Something's wrong, or you're just having bad luck, which it happens. But when it comes to a riven that's too cheap to be true, which it happens every once in a blue moon, if I see a riven and I know it's worth 2,000 plats, right, or 1,000, and the guy's selling it for 500, if he's posting it multiple times and nobody's buying it, and I already invested on some rivens and I don't want to buy it, let's say, right? You know, I'll have the decency to message them and say, hey man, your riven's worth like more than that. You know, if you have patience, you can sell it for like a K or more. You know what I'm saying? And guess what they tell me? The majority, I'm dead serious about this. When I offer them help, right, and tell them that it's worth more, and I have a YouTube, this and that, and I offer my Discord and shit, right? They just tell me straight up, if they're selling it for 500 and nobody's buying it, they're about to tell me. This is what they tell me. Oh, I'm about to sell it for 200 plat, bro. Do you want the riven? Because I don't have time to be in trade chat all day. So what? So let's be realistic. What the fuck is Junior gonna do? Okay, Mr. Zer Junior. Okay, the one that's speaking to you right now. What the fuck am I gonna do, guys? Tell me, tell me. I'm gonna buy the riven and fucking resell it. Cause like people don't give a fuck. They don't want to learn. They don't have patience. They don't have time, or they just don't give a fuck. So if I see something cheap and I try and offer help and they still don't care, well, that's on them, I guess. I don't know. At least I gave them my YouTube, and I'm trying to teach people to have an incentive to learn about rivens and buy rivens, okay? So or sell rivens too. So this is the best I could do. I'm not perfect. Yeah, I resell rivens, but at least I offer help because the majority of people out here do not offer help and they don't give a fuck about you whatsoever, okay? There's people that prey on you. They actually prey on you, okay? There's big clans out here. There's actual YouTubers out here, okay? I'm not gonna say names, but there's YouTubers out here that I'm pretty sure that you know they get their shit cheap, which I understand. But like, if you're a big content creator, okay? All right, I'm not even gonna say any fucking names because I don't want people to think I'm the bad guy here, you know? If you're a big content creator and people know you in Warframe, right? Why aren't you educating people about rivens? Please give them an idea of a price range for them to look out for, okay, in terms of buying or selling. Like, there's no way that you're showcasing this build, okay, and which the majority of YouTubers do. They showcase a build. No hate to them, I get it. You know, showcasing the build for the prime weapon or whatever the fuck it is, right? And next thing you know, right? A lot of the YouTubers or the majority would say, "Oh, here's the build." They don't use a riven on the build, obviously, but they'll show you an example of a riven and they'll hover over it and say, "Oh, here's a riven. If you're planning on getting a riven, I recommend you get toxin multi-shot crit damage or toxin multi-shot or whatever the fuck they want to recommend," which is amazing, you know, not in the bad way, but you know what I'm saying. And when they recommend it, people in the trade chat, right? Not trade chat, sorry, in the comments are like, "Oh, I can't wait to get this prime access, bro. I'm gonna get a similar riven like yours, or buy a trash one, or like a good one just like that one, or something similar." And then when they go in trade chat and someone says, "Hey, I got your riven," or it's on the Warframe market for like 1,000 or 2,000 platinum plus or more, then those people think everyone's a scammer, and they just dropped $100 on the game or more, USD or more. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like. A lot of these YouTubers will recommend you stats on a you know, for a riven, for a specific weapon, and people don't realize that it's gonna be thousands of platinum, or less if you're lucky. But they don't know that, and they just give you an example of what stats they recommend. But in order for you to get it, in terms of buying, it's thousands of platinum, or hundreds. And there's people in the trade chat trying to buy this shit for like 500 or less, and it's like, you're not getting it, bro, unless you're lucky. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I summarized some stuff the best way possible and as fast as possible. Like I said, no script. Here playing Rhino using the Ignis for fun. The gameplay is gonna be a little longer because, you know, just having fun while trying to speak about this shit. But if you guys have any questions or what type of other videos you want me to make, let me know. I could go into more detail about other shits, you know, for rivens, but it is kind of complicated to make these types of videos because it's kind of hard to explain. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying my best here. So if you're new to my channel, please watch my last couple of vids that I've posted of me doing commentaries explaining about rivens and specific stats that you should go for and shit like that. So it will be in the description in order, or in the, if it's not in the description, in the comments as well. But yeah, I do have allergies and I have the sniffles, so that's why I sound like shit probably. Just saying. But yeah, if you guys want to see videos about builds as well, I can show you some stuff about builds. If not, I'll just keep teaching the community about rivens. And you know, I don't want people to get scammed. Obviously, people have shit on me and said, "Oh, but you know, you're scamming people if they give you a low price." I mean, if they, like I said, if they tell me the price and it's cheap, I'm gonna buy it. But at least I'm helping people. That way, they don't make that mistake, and people have an incentive to know what their shit is worth. If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm butchering that shit, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a reseller, but at least I help. So I'm one of the few. While everybody else gatekeeps and shuts their fucking mouth. So yeah, I'm not gonna be that type of person. So at least I'm here, trying to help you. I'm not like these other people. They're gonna say, "Oh, sub to my Patreon or pay my Patreon and or this and that and you know you'll learn about rivens." Nah, bro, that's not me, bro. I want everyone to win because at the end of the day, every type of info I give possible will benefit all of us, and I think about everybody, not only myself. So yeah, almost done with this gameplay here, I guess. If you have any questions, let me know. Any future vids, any ideas, anything, any questions about rivens in any way, shape, or form. Um, what else? What's the last thing that I can include here while I get this reward and dip? Oh, and all the people, how do you say it? All the people that are in your clan, okay? Because there are some cases where I hear this shit. If you're in a clan and all of these higher ups in that clan tell you, "Oh, I'll price check the riven. I'll tell you if it's good or not," or something like that, and they don't tell you shit, like they're not educating you at all. Okay, if you're in a big clan or even in a small clan, and you have to depend on someone to like some random dude who's gonna tell you, "Oh, I'll give you 50 plat for this, bro," and you don't know shit about rivens, just be careful because I've heard there's shit like that happening, where there's some clan members, you know, getting people in their clans and you know they'll just say, "Oh, if you need help about rivers, I got you," and then they'll offer you like 50 or 100 plat, and it's like a Torrid riven. So yeah, a trash Torrid riven is like, you know, 400 to 600 plat, garbage. So anything less, you're getting scammed. Just letting you know. Hopefully this little bit of info helps. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but yeah, fuck it. GG's. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. Ciao, ciao, man.